Hello, everyone, and happy Sunday, I guess. And welcome to another stream. Hey, Twix. Hey, Atlantica. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so from yesterday to today, I did get to do some work. Not as much work as throughout a whole week, but I did work a little bit more on some of the AI I was showing yesterday, just to make it work a little bit more efficient. Made some changes to that function, and also. From the level design aspect of things, you remember this building from yesterday, right? We were doing some of the work around the exterior here, and let me close a bunch of these tabs. And so we got most of the exterior um in place. And another thing that I've done today and yesterday was work on the interiors. So let's take a look. We'll need to adjust these around here and just kind of place them a little bit better. But yeah, let's I'll take you cribs, or what's that? Let's go inside. So yeah, now the interior has some shape to it, some details. And like a kitchen, yeah, there's a lot of them. There's just kind of a little bit brand new, so probably simple adjustment to the shader should help it make it a little bit more worn down. Okay, and then from here we're gonna have the upstairs, and the upstairs is gonna be a bathroom. As you can see, there's still some things missing, so we'll address that today maybe. And one bedroom here, and then a second bedroom over here, and then up top is going to be the attic. One thing that we probably will need to adjust is the f- the floor height, just so that things are matching between the first level and the second level, because you can see, like, right now it begins to be a little kind of shrunk, so to speak. And also, like, the floor itself is really thick, something that you won't be able to tell anyways in a video game. But yeah, let's kind of walk through it. I'm just gonna since we're here, we might as well turn this into a door, like an actual door. And this is one place that I need to do some cleanup, because there's like a lot of doors, and they don't really, not all of them fit the bill. So let's think with the door master, that should be fine. And that way we can just navigate the interior as well. Okay, and let me see. I'm just gonna use this door package that I got here. And what we need is the frame, and then the door itself should be, let's see, where is this? And I hope the audio is coming in okay as well today. And where's the, I kind of thought I had the model in here. Is this not the right door? Or this is like the parent? One second. Oh, thank you, Atlantica. Let me see. Where was that? I think it's this metal door is the one that's the configurable one, and this one being just a parent. All right. So let's do the door here. Just adjust kind of the dot product location. So you kind of need to look towards the handle to open it. Then the icon. So, looking at the door itself, we'll put this little icon on top so that it tells you that it is a door. I'm still debating whether that to keep it or not at the moment. I kind of like the idea, but I'm still a little bit on the fence. So, all right, then let's kind of place this as you would an exterior door. It's going to be a little bit bigger. All right, so we're going to have to look over there, and the position of the icon is there. All right, let's take a look and see if that works to begin with. Hey, Muhyiddin, welcome, welcome, hello. All right, well, let's jump into game here and see what we got. Yeah, so as you can see, I was showing you yesterday what I did with that kind of retriggerable delay to load the level. All right, there we go. So that works great. You know, entering it. I think I might have shown a while back. Yeah, the scale is still not perfect, but it's getting close. Where I was showing you the door itself, like once you leave its area, it's just going to close on its own. And apparently it didn't realize that I left. So that one got still open. Okay. I think I might have made a mistake. I think I might have the the overlap volume might have been rotated with the door itself, so I'll need to take a look at that. All right, so there's the interior. Yeah, there's still some things that need to be fixed. I definitely love how Lumen is working in here. Um, yeah, and you know with the reflections, you know being able to like move around, you know, kind of just I was able to check on the collisions. All right, so going upstairs. Um, you know, there's the little room around here, and then going up into the top level, just to kind of you know, try out the flashlight. It's still a little too bright. I need to adjust that a little bit. But okay, so upstairs bedroom, and the other bedroom is going to be over here, and a bathroom with the windows. So yeah, that was kind of the main update of what happened from from yesterday to today. So we'll continue work on this. The main goal, what I would like to do if we get to it, is as part of one of the missions. And yeah, it's an unorthodox way of exiting the apartment, but as part of one of the missions, this was what we why we built this yesterday will be to and yeah, there's like no collisions on that end, but it will be to climb up to the top. And the reason for this, I believe it has to do with the collisions of the building, you know, like we were looking at yesterday. Oh, no, and actually this might be just that ladder being badly positioned. But the goal would be to be able to climb up to the top. This would be an entrance to the top floor of the building, and that's how you would access the interior. You know, kind of the front street would be uh, you know, guarded by the, you know, mean people, the enemies. So you have to take a different approach to this, and you know, so enter through the top, and and then kind of come down to the first floor and find the item that you're gonna need to look for. So yeah, let's get to it. I think the first item of this is to address the height of the building itself based on these interior pieces that I have. So I have some really good meshes that came off of again a monthly free package. Thank you, Epic. That was on the marketplace, and uh, I like to use these all around the other interiors because I like how they look. They uh, the package itself also comes with some pretty nifty, uh, worn out, kind of semi broken down surfaces. So let me show you a couple of these. And let me see, where is it? So, come on, thought I dragged you in. There we go. So something like this, to place on top of this wall. But yeah, that's kind of just to add a little, being able to add a little bit of variety to this. It's pretty cool. So yeah, things like that. Of course, this is not particularly the best surface for this. It would have to be, I believe, the surface that this wall needs to have. 1 second. Let me see where that is. It would have to be something like this, so that on top of it, it's the peeling wallpaper. So something like that to add that extra bit of maybe like a damage here and there. This one is might be a little bit exaggerated and not really fitting with, because I mean, where is this bit coming from, right? So it doesn't really fit so much, but something like this, this could definitely work, you know. Um, Maybe even better, just like a corner that's being peeling off. There you go. Something like that. Could add a little bit of I think it also helps with removing the flatness of the walls. Even though I use some of these pillars, I, to me at least, having some of that kind of looking like it's coming off, I think adds to the environment a little bit as well. All right. So with that said, let's get to adjusting the kind of the floor height of this building. Like right now, this thing is extending out weirdly. And one thing I was trying to test as well is, and it seemed to me at least, it's easier to test it in game to, I'll show you what I mean. By going into third person, kind of checking the scaling for things. So this is what I'm trying to look at, kind of the scale of the player compared to the items in the room. And yeah, looking at the ceiling, it seems a little high. It's kind of a tall ceiling, but I think it works. And once you go into first person, the ceiling doesn't seem as high anymore. That's one of the things with, I think, kind of the difference in perspective between like the first and the first person and third person. Well, so Hisham, welcome. Yeah, the player character is your standard mannequin size. The you know for him. The one thing that I need to do is right now, and I think that might solve the difference in height. I think I could lower. Let me go into unlit mode. So I think I could lower the floor to be somewhere around here. I don't need this extra piece there, and that could help with some of the scaling, or not the scaling, but kind of the offset of this. So while that might not do too much for us, the good part is that I'm using this world align material, so I can overlap things as much as I want. And that's one of the things that I've noticed, that with world aligned, there's none of the Z fighting, at least not that is nothing that is noticeable. I wasn't able to. And so I think that's a good thing. I had no idea. That was new to me, that there is none of that kind of, when you overlap two meshes, they don't get into that conflict, especially if they're on the same level. So yeah, this one being the floor, I'm starting to think that it might help if, let me show you what the floor looks like. Oh, thank you, Hisham. Yeah, that's again, that was something new. I mean, I had no idea that um, this world align is, when you have the world line textures, doesn't do it. It doesn't do that. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to export this, and I'm kind of debating whether to keep it as a plane or just keep it as one single mesh with two materials on. So one face is going to be the floor, and the bottom face is going to be the ceiling. So that might be a little bit easier to manage, and using this world align should make it easier as well. So I'm kind of considering that option. But let's figure out first. I want to figure out the scale of this, as far as the trying to um, trying to make these work from between floors. So let's see if we can get that done. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. So this one, once you got the second floor mesh in here, it overlaps with those second level windows, as you can see. So the offset is not that big, but it's there. And the good thing is, from the height of the ceiling, we have some room to play. And I'm starting to consider, just to keep things simple, is to try and lower this even more. See, I still want to have some trim around the ceiling, to break up that entire row. The only problem is that this one is starting to blend into the next level. So I think at this height, this should work. Now the problem is, I'm gonna export this floor, because I want to bring it back into Blender, and so I want to bring it back here, and adjust my the positioning of the kind of the floor, the the building height, basically from floor to floor, based on based on this, this item, kind of the interior wall, the floor on top of it, and then of course, the next two floors. So that's going to be a little bit of fun. That's why it's always nice to, if you can have the time and all that, to make them all at the same time, I guess. But since I'm using pieces from multiple packages, I need to adapt to this. So yeah, let's go ahead and export this floor plane. And since we're gonna do that, I'm also gonna flip it to be the ceiling, bottom ceiling, top floor. We'll see how that's gonna turn out. All right, so let's export this real quick. All right, so we got the floor plane here. And where did I export this? That's a good question. Things are starting to blend together. All right, let's try exporting this and kind of pay attention to where this one is. There we go. And there's that. So in here, let's split between these, and we're going to have this one along with this be the world aligned wood, and then this one, I guess it doesn't really matter which side it is, but I don't want to rotate them around. And then this one's going to be, let's call it a new and score world line. I'm just going to use the same spelling. Ceiling, and assign to it. Okay. So this one is about the level that I want to put it from the engine. And then if we're gonna need another one, and this one should sit right on the floor. So this is kind of what my height is gonna need to be. Let's create another one since I have another level. Hisham, if are you gonna rebuild it from scratch? Do you mean like the exterior walls or the interior? No, not the interior. I'm just using this as a reference so that I can adjust the height of my building, like the exterior walls of my building, trying to adjust those to match what my interior assets are like. Hopefully that answered, that was your question, I hope. And I don't usually use perspective, but for for things like this, it is extremely helpful. All right, so let me try and position this kind of like what we have in the engine. right, that should be right around there. Now I'm not gonna need to be, fully spot on, so to speak, with this, but I'm gonna do my best to get it as close as I possibly can. All right. So since we're inside, and this is an array, that should, I think, help me out here. So let's get these faces and also this one here. All right, let's see, how does it look on this floor? And this floor looks pretty good too. I think we might be pretty close. All right, so now these ones, I need to also adjust the positioning. And I think that would be pretty good there. Now, the one thing that these windows that I did not have for is kind of a front and a back face. That mainly for the window frame itself. And so we'll try and fix that as well. So let me see. Oh, I kind of selected a little bit more than I could chew, I guess, so to speak. So that's our interior. All right, and we also need to adjust this, kind of this top trim that I have. This is kind of just a Quixel asset. And since this bottom section, I'm not going to be able to see it anyways, I'm just going to remove it. All right, there we go. So now I think the windows might be in the right position. I just need to adjust kind of the window frames themselves. So especially this part over here. I'll try and kind of keep them on the same in the same line, and yeah, I can see like here I was slacking. Yeah, so hopefully now that this kind of first building is going to be in place with interiors, I can use this for the other ones, from a scaling perspective as well. That's what I'm hoping for. All right, so I just need to bring them up to the same level as the ones in the front. Like so. And There's also a back side to these. All right, so now let's adjust the bottom. And hopefully I'm going to remember to select these edges as well. This has got to be like the longest I've done Blender in a while. But as I like to say, it's always good to take a break from or not do a little bit of everything. And I think, at least in my case, I don't get bored. Okay, well, so some of that is in place. Let me see how badly this is gonna look. And my main concern is so from going from here to here, as you can see, there's still an offset. And part of it is this one's an array. So I'm going to try adjusting by bringing this up like so. But as you can tell, this one needs to have a little bit of an adjustment here. So 1.6, maybe 1.65. And yeah, I definitely I definitely love these arrays. They're immensely helpful. Oh, come on. You want me to go to 5.5? Oh, we'll try that. Okay. So now it's pretty damn close. Let's see how it looks on the inside. Oh, it's a whole lot closer than it used to be. All right. Let me move this part out of the way, because one thing that I wanted to do is, and we'll redo the exterior text UVs last, because that's really easy. But what I wanted to do, because I've only done it to the bottom level, is replace the windows. I've made them like two-sided, right? So like, especially for the frame. So there's like a frame facing the outside of the building and one facing inside. These ones here are just on just one side. I'm just gonna grab actually all of these. And the one thing that I do is, let's just bring them, come on. Try and bring them to where these ones are positioned. Just try to place them as best as I can in there. There's going to be one that's missing here because of the door, but that should be pretty easy to fix. All right, and now let's add the array. I think it was 1.655. Wondering if this one has a little bit of a, they're not perfectly identical in size, but now I think that should do it. Let me remove this other. All right, then let's see how this turns out. Oh, that's a good one. With using C to do that circle select, it did not select everything as in that radius. All right, so let's export this and see how messy does it look in here. All right, so second floor. Select the outside building here. All right, well, that fitted in a lot better. So there might be some, slight adjustments to this, like this. But I think that turned out pretty good. Let's also place one of these pieces in here. Yeah, there we go. Not too bad. Of course, this one should not be floating, but we'll get to it and adjust that. But this one fits in pretty good over there. Let's see for the last floor, which last floor is going to be like an attic. This one's just floating a little bit, so we'll take a look at that. See how this one fits in. Looks pretty good over there. Looks good over here. I think that might be good to go with that as far as um, the building height to accommodate for the interior. So I think that's going to work. One thing that I might need to do is the last kind of I was going to say the ceiling, the roof itself might need to be a little bit lifted up a little bit. As you can see, like this thing is poking through here. But that's a lot simpler. I don't have to deal with like windows and all that stuff. All right. Well, yeah, and the last thing that I didn't get to do just yet is one of these. I'm gonna go ahead and export it as the two-sided floor slash ceiling that it is. And let me see, what's the name of it, just to make sure that it's going to be floor plane. So this is going to be floor ceiling. Not so much a plane, but we'll go with it. All right, now let's import it. And we'll create a second material just like this to be world aligned. And I might have some simple plaster that I might just use the exterior plaster for this. And we'll see how that looks. All right, let's import this one. Okay, so here's our thing here. We'll grab the flooring for the top and then the ceiling. Let's see what can we use. And there's actually a material for our use. It's a world aligned ceiling. Apparently, I don't think that's a world aligned ceiling. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. It's definitely not what I was looking for. Because this is what I'm looking for. And turning this one into an actual the one thing that I'm not entirely sure if the world aligned texture can take this as a regular parameter. So we'll have to see if this works. Turning this one into a parameter. Maybe it does. And this one is going to be the roughness. And then the normal. Though not entirely sure why that one ended up being used there. All right, so we have this one. So, and then we're going to do a world aligned ceiling. And yes, I know it's still just wood, but let's replace it with some kind of plaster. So this one looks okay-ish. I'm using it in other places as well, so let's reuse it. I think it might actually be the exterior walls. And the normal. And I'm going to use that one. Let's see, we don't actually, yeah, we do have for the roughness. So there we go. The roughness is really not the best one. So in this case, I'm just gonna, I'm not sure how the, whenever you have like one of these parameter text objects, if you can grab a mask, no, I guess you can't out of this. It has to be like a regular texture. We can grab like a channel mask parameter to specify which one of the layers this is on. which one of the channels. But I don't think this is gonna work as a, yeah, see, it doesn't work with that. So the roughness is just gonna have to be just plain white. All right, let me replace this one with the one with the ceiling. And now we got a ceiling going. And it's rather, I wouldn't say extremely noisy, but it's not completely just a flat color, so I think it's gonna work out. And it's also world aligned, so I can move these around anywhere. And what do we have here? Oh, interesting. This is like a little bit of a cable, like a merged mesh that I had, and using it for the exterior of the building, but unfortunately it's kind of going into the inside of this. So I'm just going to try and lift it up a little bit. Yeah, so I think that the ceiling looks pretty good. It's um, I think it's got a good diffuse map to it, so it should work out. Alrighty, well let's continue on, and the main thing is kind of the stairs, so to be able to go up the stairs, right? Now with these meshes, since or meshes, but with this, since it's world aligned, I'm just gonna do some scaling here to adjust it along the so it's not poking out on the exterior wall for starters. And down here we can use this as I'm also using some of this trim to mask some of these areas. All right, so this one is a good scale, so I can use it at the end of the stairs like that. And this one I'm going to extend it all the way out to the wall. And to there. And I feel really bad because I've known about this world line system for a while, but I think this is like the first time that I'm really making use of it, like really practical use of this. All right, so let me do that about to there. That should be good. And I need to use the one with the 3 openings, like that. There we go. All right, and now let's try to adjust some of these wall pieces. There we go, trying to add a little bit of a kind of a pylon in here. remove some of that flatness from the wall. So it's looking like these should be at like a 209. And I really like to, I'm going to try and test a few lighting scenarios with this because that's always fun to see how they would look. All right, yeah, it's starting to take shape. Let's try something here for with the sunset. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Yeah, I do like the kind of the sun coming through that way. One thing that I might need to do is in the post-process volume, which should be this one, I believe. To adjust the speed of kind of the light. Um, there's like an option for the update speed here. I think that might help. So whenever you look away like this, and I was kind of turning back, I don't know. Oh yeah, this one is definitely because of there's no uh, there's no ceiling here, so there's like a lot of bounce light that just happens like that, I believe from here. And that's especially, I think, on like an older graphics card like mine, and you can't really bump it up to like Epic or Cinematic or anything like that. Kind of having the light come through at a kind of a 90-degree angle or like a multiple of it should help. And actually, oh, that's a pretty cool effect from the clouds that it's darkening up the interior. All right, so now the cloud is gone, but that's the one thing, with the noise there. Try and bump that up a little bit. Seems to have removed it to some extent. Yeah, that's pretty good. Though, yeah, I'm just gonna keep it on to daytime. Which still looks decent. Okay, let's continue. I might just place kind of just a light inside here. just to assist a little bit with the interior lighting. All right, let's fix the stairs. And the one thing that we'll need is also kind of these interior walls. I'm debating whether to leave it with the brick. I do like the brick, to be honest, when it comes to, interiors, using some brick, some of these brick walls, and then combine them with, with the plaster and the trim. Let's first adjust the stairs here. Yeah, so this is what I was thinking of using this trim here. And then this wall with brick. I'm not sure. I'll keep it for now. Because I mean, at the same time, I wouldn't have to deal with this. And there's like a little bit of a gap there, which I think we can mask with some of this trim. And let's adjust this little interior wall here so that it doesn't poke through the stair. There we go. And now that the stair is the right scale, let's use it for the last floor. Well, at least I thought it was, but this one is in, actually lowered it below the floor level. So I'm gonna need to address that here. Okay. And now I'm just gonna need another piece of this. place it here, or somewhere around here. Like that. And now let's use this trim to mask it, to mask this little piece here. Just like that. And then this one, there. Okay, that works. All right, so we can add on top of that. Well, I'm just going to use this. And let's try and place this on the grid as best as I can. Hopefully it's going to help me with moving things around. And that was kind of odd like that. It looked like it flipped behind the other one, I'm not sure why. But there you go, just snapping these together. Like that. All right, I think it is definitely starting to come together. There we go. And we need this piece here, which I'm actually debating because I'm gonna try and do something else with this here. Try and push this wall a little bit more this way. Because as you can tell, this one's gonna kind of stop right in the middle of the window, which I did not account for. And I'm just gonna use a piece of wall. Let's create like a kind of a nook, I think is what they call these. Right here. There we go, kind of like that. This could be like a little desk that I can put in here. Might be a good hiding spot for something. All right, let's try and get a run at it and see how how everything comes together. Oh, oh, I did not expect that. I thought this floor did have collisions. Huh. Why did I fall through it then? Let's see. Looks like I have collisions here. But once I get upstairs... Oh, uh, well, yeah, that kind of answered my own question. This was the new floor that I've imported, and it had no collisions, so that would make sense. All right, let's go at it again and try it this time with collisions. All right, so it looks like it's going up the stairs pretty good. And around here, things are looking okay. I think from a scaling perspective, things are also quite where they should be. Back in here, I can navigate into this corner as well, which is good. Out here as well into this other bedroom. And yeah, this is gonna be it's gonna be a wall there, but and into the bathroom. And off to the side, apparently. Yeah, because the building itself doesn't have collisions. But I'm kind of liking the brick wall on one side of this, so I might just keep it. But the stair itself looks okay going down there. I'm gonna try and see how it looks once if you go in the apartment with a weapon, like with something being equipped. So let me pick something up. So let's do the bow and this one. These take a little bit of space. The other thing that actually that I wanted to test is kind of the hand collision with the walls. So I can't remember if I had this. Oh, and building awning. It's kind of colliding with something there. But let's see how it looks inside, or where there's like some kind of wall collisions and stuff. Yeah, as you can see, if it like hits something, it's kind of just bringing the pistol down. I'm debating whether to like hold it up or down. But the problem is it's kind of colliding with something in here. So I'm not sure if it's it seems to that collision that the test for hitting the wall is a little too big. So it seems to be, oh, there it goes. Huh, maybe there's something downstairs that it's kind of, well, that might explain it. Those things that have collisions versus the ones that don't, that have collisions. Yeah, so like for example, when it comes up to the tub, over here it's not, doesn't work so well, but and if we were to use like the bow, I think the bow seems to be working in this space. Oh yeah, because again, no collisions. But there you go. So that's kind of one of the issues, like it's colliding with something. So over here is fine, but let's add some collisions to these walls. And some of them, think it's kind of a mixture. Some of them have collisions and some of them don't have. Like for example, this one does have collision. This one, so this one doesn't. So let's create some collisions for this. I'm not entirely sure why it added this big of a box around it. Let's try and set this up as best as possible here. All right, I think that should do it. And does this one have collisions? Oh, it does. All right, so that pillar has collisions. What else? I think this bigger piece we looked at and it did. Now this one has collisions. Let's take a look. Player collision. All right, yeah, that looks good. So in the end, I'm gonna need to look at the collision for that and try and make it a little bit better. But the one thing that we haven't yet added collisions to is this. So let's try and fix this. So for now, I'm just gonna do kind of the four wall collisions with the opening for the door. Okay, that's pretty close. All right, let's test this out. All right, so you have colliding there. That seems to work. Also over here. Can't go through the wall, which is what we expect. All right, excellent. So that's good. All right, next step, I wanted to also add some, before moving on to the last floor, I wanted to add some doors. And since I have this one already set up, and it's almost at the right scale, so I'm just going to try and adjust the scale to make sure that it fits this opening as best as possible. All right. Let's use them in here as well. And this is a little bit of whoopsie-daisy. What did I do for this guy scaling 1.24? All right, that should be good at least for now. And now let's find the door itself for some interior doors. Let's try this one. And the frame itself. Let's see, hopefully this one works. Okay, yeah, that works pretty good. But I was kind of thinking it's going to be a white material. But actually, now that I look at this, I mean, the door itself is also the frame, like the opening. So while I could add this one, let's undo here real quick to when I deleted that element. I'm just trying to go back so that I preserve the scale that I had with the original one. So basically with this one, and that way I can try and use the frame that's got white texture to it. There you go. And now the only thing is trying to position this. Yeah, because I definitely want the door to open this way and kind of just to open out of the way, so to speak. The only thing is the scaling and where the hinges are. I'm just getting a little not over the top, but you know, a little bit picky. So kind of like that. Yeah, there we go. And let me adjust the color for this. It's not too it's not too close to this one, unfortunately. Let me see if I can get it within that kind of whitish tint. Oh, the original was green. Yikes. What is going on with this shader here? Oh, it actually had kind of a cool thing with a tint by mask. There we go, that's a little closer. And these almost match. That's pretty good. Let's see. I want to make sure that it like opens the right way and it's not like uh, the wrong way with the frame, right? Because that's kind of what I'm trying to do with the doors is, you know, them opening up the right way. Like this one would not open out outwards. So yeah, it should open inwards like that. And the same for this one. It should open like that. So that way the um, you know, the hinges itself, they work out as expected. There we go. All right, so that's good. The only thing would be that I've updated the scale for this. So this pillar is kind of overlapping this a little bit too much. So let's try and adjust this wall section here. And another piece to go here. Actually, I don't need that one, but I'm gonna need the door, the frame, and the rest of this on this end. All right, and let's complete that gap there with one of these pillars, just like that. There we go. Hey, Mangaruki, welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. Going good, going good. I'm working on one of the interiors that the player is gonna have a mission to search for an item, one of three items that he's gonna need to use in one of the missions in the game. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Very happy you like it. Yeah, so for this one, they're gonna, whoa, and I might have gone a little bit overboard with this, but I need to fix that. So they're gonna need to enter through this system of stairs. Uh, yeah. So enter through the top, kind of like the attic area, and then uh, start searching this apartment for that piece. So that's what I'm working on this one, and also this should serve as a good bed for not bed, but like the case for the other interiors as well when I make them. So, you know, taking what I have here for scaling inside of Blender for this building and just copying and pasting, you know, using maybe, you know, varying around with the windows, you know, so I have a curved window as well. But yeah, definitely, and you know, part of it is because like the front side of the building, like this street is going to be guarded, and that's why the entrance and the back, the back side of the building. Yep. All right. Well, let's continue. And come on, almost there. Yeah. So one thing that I've discovered, actually, didn't discover because it's been discovered, but I learn about is the kind of the world position or world aligned textures. Whenever you have an overlap between meshes, it doesn't do like that Z fighting, you know, like the whenever you overlap with a regular material, whenever you overlap meshes. Seems like for world align, it does not do that, which is awesome. Like something I didn't know about. All right, yeah, so this one's almost ready. Let's do the last floor and at least what I'm hoping for before end of the end of the stream to uh, to be able to enter through the top entrance of the building. Oh, hey, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, you too. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully I'll see you again around here. Bye. All right. Now that I have the flooring kind of fitting with the building to some extent. Let's do the last floor. right, that fits in pretty good over there. And on this end, what I need to do is actually this one, I'm going to try and turn that into a door. If you recall from my reference little row of houses, let me see, what layer was that on? On the back side of this house, of this um, of this particular one, there was this kind of system of stairs going up, and there was like this entrance at the top. So that's why I was thinking of using this. Just to give a little bit more of an exploration, you know, and a little bit of, I think every little, it extends the playtime as well, which is, I think it's good, but, adds a little bit of navigation thing here. So I'm going to try and position this as best as I can. One thing that I need to do is adjust the positioning of these. Like this one is a little high. So there we go, right there. And this one is definitely high. Let's lower that down. And this one here is almost in the right place there. And here, this one. There we go. We got to the right height there. Okay, now I'm going to try and select all of these. Hopefully I'm going to get them all. And try and like spin it around so that since the entrance is going to be here, I want the player to be able to access it through this end of the stairs. Hey James, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Nope, not the building, just this part. Oh yeah, that's how I usually feel in the morning too. It's like sometimes I don't feel like doing anything, but I usually like to go for a walk in the morning. Oh, I got just one left. That's actually a pretty good percentage. Is it this piece here? I think it might be. Yeah, it looks like that's the one. Spin around this whole contraption and place it right above around here. So the one thing, whenever you work with like multiple of these, it's almost at the in the right place. It was before I I updated the scale for the exterior of the building to fit the interior. So now let me see if I can scale this up a little bit. And that should kind of fit where the door is going to be. And coming from the bottom floor, that's looking okay there. I think that might do it. Let's try and create the door, or like an entrance through this. The one thing that might be a little of an issue, though I don't think it will be, because I'm gonna do something else here. Since these are kind of two buildings in like reflect, or this and this is the same building, what I'm gonna have is a little bit of a platform extending out from here going into this one as well. So each one of them is gonna have like this top floor door. All right, so yeah, let's do it. Back into my houses here. We wanted to have an opening or a door. Guess I forgot to raise this one here like that. So the door is going to be, apparently, I think I might need to apply this to apply the array so I can, like, on the top floor turn this into a door. Oh yeah, a lot of progress. Yeah, yesterday has been pretty productive, I would say. I was like in that Blender type of 3D modeling, so I went crazy with it. Yeah, exactly. You're a side boy. You know what? I'm not sure if you've been on the previous streams, but it's um, it's exactly where I got. Not so much the predel part, but the buildings are definitely like the Baltimore stuff of that I've taken hints from. So, not a game design document per se. A lot of it is freestyle, I have to say. Like a lot of like the town itself, the way I made like the town, and so yeah, I had my I had like the 10,000 feet, like the 30,000 feet airplane view of things, and getting down into the nitty gritty. Just kind of it's on the fly, kind of just adapting and doing it. I know that I want to have these buildings here, this types of buildings. As far as how they end up in the final design, yeah, that's a ongoing thing. Hey, Atlantica, thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, have a great Sunday. Have a great Sunday, dude, and a great week coming up. Yeah. See you on the next one. So yeah, thank you so much for the question, Euro. Yeah, that's, you know, Um, that would be ideal, right? It's just since I don't have any kind of education or um, formal training, I guess you would say, in game development, a lot of it just um, kind of comes with me doing it, right? So, that's the unfortunate thing, it's probably not perfect, but you know, I wish it would have been like that, like the design document. I mean, uh, yeah. Oh, no, no, no. I totally get it. But I definitely wish like that I would have um, followed something a little bit more structured than what I'm currently doing. So yeah, because there's definitely things that once I get to doing them, I'm like, oh man, I forgot about this and then this and so yeah, it's like that sometimes, I guess. All right, so we got the opening for the door. Let me use the decals here to make it. And I guess it's kind of one of the downfalls of working alone that oh, what am I gonna need that if I'm just by myself or you know. So yeah. All right. Well, we have that in place. Let's see how this one looks. All right. So there's our door. Let's put some doors in there. Oh yeah. Well, that's totally true. With the point and click. I think to some extent those are more complicated than like any a lot of the games out there. Um, like I'm thinking of what I'm doing here right now. A lot of it can be like a fly by the seat of your pants type of thing sometimes, but yeah. All right, so for this one, I'm gonna need to flip it around, but let me do. the um, the stairs here. I can't remember which one of these I had it in. I think it might have been in this one. I can't remember. Oh, appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. It's um, it's definitely a passion type of thing. So I yeah, like really that's the only thing keeping me going, right? I mean, it's definitely not the money. But yeah, it's definitely a passion project for sure. All right, so we got this and this piece here. I need to create one without these and to kind of be able to extend this as a platform this way. So maybe I'll make one with kind of a double platform because that could be really good for just a simple basic entrance. All right, let's do that. So I got this one here. All right, so this one we can extend it out. That's what we'll try and do. All right, so that's going to be the edge for that corner. And then this one I need to move it outwards that way. See, to about there, I hope it's going to cover it. I don't want to do another bevel, but all right. There we go. Let's see, will that fit it? I think it might just be close at least. Let's try and space it out a little bit maybe. I will try at this scale and see if it works. All right, last piece of the puzzle, I hope. We'll see. And did I call this stair section? Yes, that's what it is. So stair section double. It's always hard to come up with some of these names for these pieces. All right, let's import it in here. Ah, there we go. Oh, actually, yeah. It fits almost. perfect, but I need to scale it up a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Not necessarily scale it, but oh, actually, can we? What if we do that? Nah, it's just gonna push this edge, I think, with it. Nah, let's just fix it and make it kind of the proper size. Well, let's take a look at the building itself and see about how we wanna size this. So if we want it to be around there, we're gonna need this. So that should be like the center of it. All right. So that could be right there. Should be good there. I'm thinking like this is the edge of the building. This is uh, the one door, and then this is the other door for the other building. So I just need to kind of bridge this gap here and trying to see what could be the easiest way to do it. Just apply that. And that could work. And then this one and this one. So let's kind of bring these together. All right, almost there. think we might actually get this done today. And now that I think about it, I'm just gonna do it like this. Like that. Oh, there we go. That fits, I think. All right. Yeah, I think I might get it get it in like that. That's good. Oh, yeah. I've been thinking about that too, but it's like to and there's but it's a tough one because I was thinking about that kind of stuff as well. At the same time, I there's a lot of like really awesome packages on the marketplace, but there's also a lot of duds. Like I'm not sure how some of them, if Epic really checks on some of these, but some of them are just and a lot of people like there's people that ask a ton of money for some assets that are not worth like a tenth of what they're asking for. Like honestly, comparing it to other things on the marketplace, that's how I gauge it. And if I was to try and put something on the marketplace, yeah, I would definitely try to stay out of the dud area of the marketplace. But and that's what's tough. I think that's what kind of tough about doing that. And getting something that looks good and you know, excuse me. Yeah, and it's interesting. Like a lot of the assets that um, I paid, appropriate money. I mean, wasn't too little, wasn't too much. Just the right amount. It's sometimes it's really hard to price your assets. It's like you were saying, for some that I bought, I paid very little, and the quality was just amazing. So yeah, sometimes it's hard because it's not so much about the price either. You know, like I've bought something that was, in the 60 to $70 range, like an environment. And from the photos, they looked awesome, but once you get into it, the textures are pretty bad. And it seems like it's common for this one developer to have really nice looking environments a, from looking at them at a distance. But once you get up close to them, yeah, they look like it's just a really low res texture or something. So, with that, I learned my lesson. But yeah. All right. Well, there we go. This one is in place. Let's see. Is it still part of the group? Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Now let me try and position them a little bit better if I can. There we go. And raise them up a little bit, just like that. Yeah, that should work out. Apparently, the ceiling light from the kitchen, the bathroom, is poking um, through here. But actually, yeah, the reason is because this one is not where it's supposed to be. Hey, Eurosat, yeah, I am using Lumen, definitely. Oh, cool. So this is, you mentioned something, I've never been able to uh, learn slash use Blender for lighting, which, I kind of hate myself for it, but yeah, I never got around to practicing that part of it. All right, so let's finish off this thing here. Try to make this one like this. Frankfurt, I can use models download from site pirate and Unreal Engine for making games commercial. I guess it depends where you live and what's the laws around your place. No, I would not. I'm just gonna say no. But if you if you chose to go that route, that's your choice, Frank. But yeah, no, that's because there are some people that put a lot of work into it from all over the world. So especially when it comes to this, I try to, if I can't make an asset myself, I'm gonna save money, and buy it. So for that part, it's that's how I look at things. Oh, Polysphere, hey, welcome. How's it going? Um, it's that's I started off with this and I didn't make it into a level instance. Everything else is, but this one here. Um, so yeah, like for example, uh, you know the the bathroom here. This is a level instance. The kitchen, the living room. Those are. Oh no, I don't think there is any kind of legal thing. That's what I'm saying. It depends on where you live, um, and who's willing to chase you down for it, I guess, right? Because if the game is can make it big, well, in that case, yeah, you'd better not do that. But that's just how I look at things, right? And yeah, like James is saying, don't steal assets. And at the end of the day, it's stealing, right? So um, there might not be any kind of legal repercussions or anything like that, but um, I think the when it comes to creating assets, for like video games that you get to buy or get for free, because there's a lot of times they get free stuff on like mega scans, like the weekly stuff or the monthly stuff from Epic. Sketchfab has a lot of free stuff, if you give proper credit. So in the end, a lot of the stuff that I got are free stuff, be it from Sketchfab, be it from the monthly free stuff on Epic. So yeah, you can definitely make a game with free stuff that are legal free stuff, you know. But as far as factual, I'm not sure if there's legal precedence. Actually there's been something recently, but it's been for a pretty big game about somebody reusing assets. Like there was this one company, and I think that it was kind of like a famous game. So there was this one company that had to split, and then the company that came out of it um, is has used like something that they've developed for the original stuff. And oh yeah, the day before, that's the one. Um, was it that one or was it a different one? I can't recall. I think it was a different type of game. But anyways, this was actually happened, and they got sued for using that stuff that they developed while working on this other company. So, and Polysphere, I totally get it because you might have noticed, uh, and I think these interior stuff, these interior assets are from you. You might have noticed them here. So, so yeah, amazing stuff that you have. Really appreciate you for these. So exactly, when somebody is making a living off of this, um, stealing that is just wrong. I think, that's how I feel. All right. Well, let's do the interior part here. Oh, and hey, Nameless, welcome. 2 hours late, but yeah, we're getting towards the end of it, and um, oh man, I'm so sorry. I was thinking of um, my bad. Sorry about that. Yeah. Uh, but I know your stuff from the marketplace as well. So I was thinking of another friend of mine that also makes some of these assets. And Polysphere, I think I actually have some of yours. Am I not? If I recall correctly, let me check. What do I have? Do I have something from you as well? Because now I'm like really curious. Uh, I would have to look it up, but I think I might have some things from you as well. Yeah. Alrighty. Now, last part of this. Oops. Come on. I'm able to select all of these, am I not? Yeah, and this is what I was saying, that I'm gonna need to adjust the ceiling, the exterior part of the building ceiling, just to fit in with this. But for now, I'm just gonna place them here. But thank you so much for stopping by. I haven't seen you on the stream in a while, so always good to have you here. You know what? That's exactly how I feel, James. Um, I can probably make some assets, though um, it's tough to get them to be, like the ones that, like Polysphere is making and some other people. There's like I think a handful of people on the marketplace that all their assets have been, consistent in like how they look, and that's why it's so difficult to make them, look good and, kind of be consistent with them. Consistency is key sometimes, I guess. Especially if you make like asset packs and like a variety like that. So, all right, well, almost there, guys. Um, oh, Nameless. Yeah, I saw you posted a message. I just didn't get around to reading it. I mean, you can feel free to post it again if you'd like. All right. Well, let's test out how we can navigate this and what are we going to get stuck on? And since we're here, I wanted to change this exterior door to something else maybe. Let's see, what else can we find around here? Kind of a little bit more of a dingy type of, not so much dingy, but something like that. And I have used that one down here. And I think they might be a little bit of a different sizes. But I do like the kind of the metal door, throw in a little bit of variety here. Uh, yeah, let's see. Ira said, I feel James' view as well. Also, I also think that you have to do a lot of marketing. Yeah, and that's definitely, I think I feel the same way. And it's a full-time job, I believe, for a lot of people making assets on the marketplace. Alrighty, I think we're ready to test this out. Let's see how it does. Oh, one thing that I wanted to do for this one is actually make it lock pickable. I forgot. My bad. So we'll test that next, and I think that's gonna conclude today's stream. And 1 second here. Oh, I forgot about the collisions. Come on. My bad. Let's do this one here. Collisions. Um, One thing that I'm kind of wondering if it's possible. Could I copy the collisions from this one? Like I'm talking about this piece, this piece, this piece, and this piece. Can you copy these into a different one? Yeah, doesn't look like you can. Oh, nice. 4090. Oh my God, that's something serious. Um, so Nameless, if you asking for the FPS that I have right now, it's pretty low because I have a bunch of other tabs opened. The build version of this is hangs around 35, 40 FPS once this is built, but again with very poor optimization at the moment. So hopefully it's going to be better. But that is if you were asking me. I'm not sure if you were asking James. All right, so let's add a collision here. We'll try and make this one. Frank Ford, is it possible making asset commercial using by Blender? Oh yeah, of course. I think a lot of people that make assets for the marketplace, for marketplaces in general, they use Blender. Let's see. And if it's true that FPS is always lower than, oh, that in the editor. Well, at least in my case, that's true. I mean, I'm not gonna uh, talk about, maybe all projects, but uh, currently on my end, yeah, it runs better once it's packaged. Okay, well, I have the basic. Actually, I'll do the ones on the side as well, just for this one here. This is kind of tough to do on this kind of a shape, especially if it's like on the inside. I think, yeah, I'm probably going to do the collisions in Blender for this because you can't really make these shapes too well in here. So I'm gonna do that offline. But for now, this is gonna work for my collisions. Anyways, all right, horrible. But I hope at least this time I'm not gonna fall through. So yeah, James, um, I've always wondered. I'm not sure if anybody has played Dying Light 2. No, sorry, Dead Island 2, which is made in Unreal Engine. And whenever you go into the game, it's it tries to compile shaders for whatever reason. So I'm like, why would you need to compile shaders in a packaged game? And I've never experienced that for myself, like on my end. So that was kind of weird. I didn't really get why it was doing that. Oh, hey, there we go. And of course, I forgot collisions for this one. Oh man, come on. Or at least I didn't forget collisions. I just the back side of it was not the right one. Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, I had no idea that that was the case. And I think a lot of them start that way, like before you start adding, like optimizations and stuff, you know, I don't think you're gonna be able to expect, who knows what kind of a performance. And, at least on my end, it also depends on my video card since it's really old. But but yeah, I'm far from doing like really like good optimization when it comes to this project. I'm pretty far from it. And as you can see here at the top, it's complaining about the video memory has been exhausted. I believe this message is something, I think they might have fixed this in 5.3, but it's caused by DirectX 12, and I think it might be also caused if you have like an old video card like I do. I think the later generations of NVIDIA cards, they might not throw this. I'm not entirely sure. It's just some stuff that I've read, and a lot of people don't really know why it's happening. But some people reported that 5.3, we're not seeing it. But all right, well, one more try. Well, yeah, but I think if you what kind of video card did you have before your 4090? Okay, so yeah, close to mine, like I have a 1070. But then again, it might be um because like I said, some people mention it as because DirectX 12, because in DirectX 11 I do not get that message. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, so I think it's something about the I think it's 5.2 or something because I haven't seen this. I can't remember seeing this in 5.1. But I do use, like I said, I do use I don't use Nanite, but I have DirectX 12 set up. In DirectX 11, I don't get that message. And yeah, Polysphere, I was trying to up changing the streaming pool size. It doesn't do anything. Like I have it, I've tried setting it up to uh, I don't know, like 10,000, 100,000, something ridiculous like this. And sometimes the message would go away for a little bit, but it would show up again. So yeah, it kind of beats me. We'll see if it's still there in what's the next one? 5.3. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure why, but I know this. If I change it to DirectX 11, so SM5 for shaders, it would be um, it it would not show that. So Nameless, why are you using Nanite? I am not necessarily using Nanite, but what I've noticed with DirectX 12 is quite a drop in the draw calls. So um, like a pretty good drop. No worries, no worries. I totally get what you were asking. So I've seen a pretty good drop in the number of draw calls with the DirectX 12. So that's why I'm hoping that this message, once I go to 5.3, is going to go away. I mean, this is again based on people on the internet, which you don't really you can't really know. People mention it in forums. So your mileage may vary, type of thing. But through these streams, I'll keep you guys apprised to what I'm seeing, kind of my own experience, I guess, as well. So yeah. Well, all right. I think I'm out of breath. So I think that's gonna be it for me for the today and this weekend. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I will see you next week again. Saturday, hopefully Sunday as well, just like this week. But yeah, really appreciate everybody stopping by and then commenting. I really like seeing that. Hey, Nameless, no worries. I was new to game development at one point, so I had a lot of questions as well. Um, yeah, but yeah, feel free to join the Discord. There's other people on there, and if I'm not around, you have questions. I think it's a pretty helpful community out there for game design, game development. Yeah. Not so much for playing the games. It's kind of interesting, right? You know, game development, everybody's like helpful and friendly. Playing a video game, everybody's like all fired up and like, which is odd. But anyways, yeah. Thank you, James. Thank you, Urset. I'll see you guys next week. All right. Take care, everybody. Take care. Bye. Have a nice one. Yeah. Thank you, Polysphere. Take care.